Welcome in to Ohio Sports Zone. I am Ethan Graham, sans Shane Dazen. Shane is unfortunately out sick this week. Shane, we hope you feel better. Ohio University a 27-20 win over Eastern Michigan in not one, but two overtimes this past week. A.J. Ouellette, 25 carries, 140 yards. He was named the MAC East Offensive Player of the Week. Looks completely back to normal. Looks like there is no injury at all that happened last year. Brad Ellis, a huge 46-yard interception return for a touchdown in the second quarter. Quentin Poling, another huge game on defense this week, was named the College Football's Pro Football Focus Team of the Week on defense. Nathan Rourke, another outstanding performance, 19 for 31, 197 yards, 2 touchdowns. Nathan continues to make some huge throws. Going to be interesting to see how, after 2 more years here at Ohio University, hopefully, how he matures into an elite MAC quarterback, because I think he has all the tools, great option run, great throws, certainly still room to improve, though. Cam Odom, another big game in the receiving corps. Andrew Meyer, 6 catches for 44 yards, led the team in catches. And Cam Odom with a touchdown pass in double overtime to win it for the Cats. The Cats will be on the road this week in Amherst, Massachusetts, going to Warren McGurk Stadium. That is a new facility built after UMass just left Gillette Stadium, where the Patriots play. A 17-13 loss last week for the Minutemen to Tennessee and Butch Jones, where they might be firing their own coach soon. So it should be an interesting week out on the gridiron for the Bobcats, going up against 0-5 UMass. Used to be in the MAC, not a MAC school anymore. A non-conference game for the Bobcats. I would be shocked if this game is close. I would be shocked if UMass won. Someone who did a lot of winning this week. Did you like that transition? Sick transition. Thanks. Soccer, they won some games. They beat Eastern Michigan 2-1 in overtime. They beat Central Michigan 3-0. A absolutely dominant performance. This is the first time in a while that they've won the first 2 games in MAC play. It was the first time since 2009 that they beat Eastern Michigan. It was the 20th anniversary of women's soccer here at Ohio University this past weekend, so alumni was on hand. There was women's soccer alumni everywhere. It's a big win for the soccer team. They will be traveling to Ball State, who is 3-5, 1-0 in the MAC, in Miami of Ohio, who is 0-2 and 0-9 on the season. So I know we just hate to see those Redhawks winless on the season here on the Athens campus, but a couple of big MAC games coming up this weekend for the Lady Bobcats. Good luck out there on the pitch. From the pitch to the gridiron, back to the hardwood. Volleyball is 7-9, third in the MAC East, and a huge performance from Lizzie Stevens and Tia Jimerson in their first conference win last week, a 3-1 win over Akron. This is after they dropped a 3-1 MAC opener against Buffalo last Friday. Lizzie Stevens had 19 kills in the game against Akron, and Tia Jimerson had 16 kills in addition to hitting 609 on the game. Miami's going to be hanging out with OU a lot this weekend. They're coming to the Convo to play the volleyball Bobcats. Miami's 1-1 in MAC volleyball, and they will be looking to steal one from the Lady Bobcats this weekend. 1-1, Bowling Green will also be coming in. That's 1-1 in Mid-American Conference play as well. Field hockey turned it around. Thanks in large part to Kendall Ballard. She was named the MAC Offensive Player of the Week. She had a monstrous game against Davidson with 2 goals and 11 shots. She is 34th in goals in the entire country, not just the MAC, not just, this part of the Midwest, the entire country. Absolutely lighting the world on fire. She is 5 goals away from a career high, still with a significant portion of this season to go. Coming up next, we got your tweets. It's Ohio Sports Zone with just me, Ethan Graham. Thank you. Welcome back to Ohio Sports Zone. I am Ethan Graham, minus the Rabbit Father, Shane Dazen. He's out ill tonight. Shane, we hope you are feeling better, buddy. This segment, we're going to do Ask Ohio Sports Zone. You guys tweeted Ohio Sports Zone some questions, hashtag AskOSZ, and I am going to answer them to the best of my ability. Next up, NFL wants to know any names to watch in the NFL draft from the Bobcats. Well, there's a few that come to mind. Maybe not this year, but in the years coming. Javon Hagan, number 2 on defense. He is someone who has been known for stealing towels lately on social media, but he is someone who's a freshman last year. You'd have to remind yourself with that at times. A great ball-hawking safety, really could take over in games at times, really took over the Western Michigan game in the 2016 MAC championship game. Javon Hagan is a guy who stands out to me. Jake Prees on the offensive line. I know he's getting into his upper years. He is a center, nominated for the best center in the country this year. I would certainly look out for Jake. Quentin Poling, is probably going to get some looks in the NFL. Will he get drafted? Maybe not, but he will definitely get some looks. The JMB Podcast, thanks for the question, by the way. Next up, NFL. The JMB Podcast wants to know, at seatoftheT.com, if you have not checked out seatoftheT.com, definitely go check that out. They want to know, what's the deal with season tickets for Ohio softball? I heard they got new bleachers and think they are sold out of season tickets now. Well, I have heard that too. I have heard that they have new bleachers as well, and I actually got to sit on those new bleachers a couple of times last year. Let me tell you, those are the best bleachers in the MAC, in the NCAA, in sports, in professional sports, in the world, in the universe, in the galaxy. So if you have a chance, make sure you go out to Ohio softball field and sit on those bleachers. I know they have an excellent hype video that they put together last year for those bleachers, so maybe we can throw that in one more time. Kate wants to know, at KPeacock17, is a hot dog a sandwich? Well, Kate, a hot dog is absolutely not a sandwich. It is a hot dog. A sandwich would maybe be something like a panini or a sub perhaps, but a hot dog is its own thing. A hot dog is a hot dog. It is absolutely not a sandwich. Sanjay Parmer, who has maybe the best Twitter name I've ever seen, it is just several E's with an underscore and several more E's. He says it is the dolphin noise. He wants to know, will the Bobcats be ranked this year? Sanjay, probably not. If they run the table, if they go 11-1, they beat the remaining MAC schools on their schedule convincingly and win the MAC championship, then we're getting into some possibilities of this school getting ranked. But Toledo is definitely going to get looks before Ohio and getting ranked just because they have that, that resume that people, like to rank. But certainly it's a possibility if Ohio wins their bowl game convincingly that we're looking at a postseason top 25 ranking. Thank you for the question, Sanjay. Ben Martin asked, at Hedgie25, do bald people get dandruff? I don't think so, right? Bald people don't have hair, so why would they get dandruff? You need hair to have dandruff, or else what is the dandruff sitting on? Bobby Levine. Some of you may remember Bobby Levine from the last couple years of Ohio Sports Zone. He wants to know, does OU run the table and end up in Detroit with an 11-1 record? Well, Bobby, I think this is a distinct possibility. No one in the MAC East scares me. Not Miami, not Kent State, certainly not Bowling Green. Certainly not Buffalo either. But I think Miami could be a trap game. If Ohio comes out, not ready to play, disrespecting their opponent. I look at Toledo as the big game remaining on Ohio University's MAC schedule. But like I said, no one in the MAC East scares me. None of those teams. Akron, I know Ohio played a brutal game last year, a 9-6 game. It was a Tuesday night before Thanksgiving. It was the only game in college football that did not have a touchdown scored in it last year. But nonetheless, this is a much more high-powered Ohio University offense. No one really left on the Bobcats schedule other than Toledo scares me. So it's certainly a possibility. At the beginning of the year, we were talking about this team, will be in the 7-9 win mark. But, there's definitely a favorable schedule with the remaining of the season. Alec Gastasi wants to know, how is OU hockey looking for the upcoming season? They absolutely dominated John Carroll this past weekend, which is pretty much par for the course for them. They've been beating John Carroll the last several years. A lot of guys look good. Tyler Harkins had a whole bunch of goals. Brian Lubin added in some scoring. Jimmy Thomas had a shutout last Friday night against the Blue Streaks. But the Bobcats will be heading to Navy this weekend, definitely a better opponent than John Carroll. So it will be interesting to see what the Bobcats do moving forward and what you do moving forward. Thank you for watching Ohio Sports Zone. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Go check out some volleyball. Volleyball's in town this weekend. Check out some Bobcats football. This is Ohio Sports Zone.